Catch up today with Joe Block in Bradenton, where the Pirates are having their spring training and having a lovely time. It's actually been a really good spring training. Joe, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you with us here today again. But boy, are you getting as antsy about getting ready to play some actual baseball, some real major league regular season baseball as the rest of us are?
I'm getting close. Yeah, they're going to break camp in about a week, and I think once the team departs for New York, it's going to get just really exciting because clearly they've shown that they're going to compete this year. There's a good enough talent here and a good enough nucleus that it's going to be a competitive season, and it could be much more than that. So, yeah, it's exciting to get going, but still a few questions to answer down here, of course. And I'm still buzzing after Skeens' performance in the World Baseball Classic last night. So a lot of fun in the baseball world here these days.
When was the last time you saw a baseball game that entertaining with all of the fielding plays? I mean, that catch by Rodriguez up over the wall, the throw by Judge, that was fantastic baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Game 7 of the World Series was no slouch. Going down to the final inning, who was going to determine the champion. But, this has been a great construct for baseball. The World Baseball Classic really started to come into a play the last time around, I think, 3 years ago. The ending with the Ohtani-Trout matchup. They were both with the Angels as teammates at that time. But they still weren't getting all the participation that they got this time around. And that was led by Skeens. Skeens said, hey, I'm the first to sign up. Come and join me. And so it's really made it fun to see so many of the top players commit to playing in the tournament. And that's what I think really makes it exciting for everybody is that most of the top players are in it, and it's fun to see what they can do against each other.
Yeah, that lineup he's facing last night for the DR, that's incredible. Hey, Joe, of course, it's almost like there's been two spring trainings, the pre-baseball classic and now the post-baseball classic, as players who were on those teams begin to come back to camp, and it renews some of the position rivalries, the roster spots up for grabs, and particularly at shortstop where Nicky G looks like he's being really, really solid, and Connor Griffin, of course, has been a sensation all throughout camp. That position, the catching position, those to me are the two most intriguing positions up for grabs.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's going to be there's at least some question on how that's going to be constructed on day one of the season. There's no question that Connor Griffin is going to be a transcendent player. He's probably the best prospect I've ever seen. Is that, on March 26th, is that the right choice? That's up to the Pirates. And I don't think there's a wrong answer there because, one way you look at it, he's better, Griffin, defensively, I think, than what they had last year. And even if he struggles out of the gates for a couple of months, he's better offensively than what they had at shortstop last year. 5 home runs, 248 average. Slug 333. That's all they got out of their shortstops for the entire season. So, minor league Gold Glove winner. He can play an everyday shortstop for you, bat ninth. And even if he's hitting 150 into late May, it doesn't matter because this team's going to hit around him, and he's going to make those adjustments eventually. So you can make that case, and then you can make the case that, hey, look, I don't know if the bat's quite where it's going to be. But the Brewers let Robin Yount play for a couple of years as a teenager before that bat really started to come around too. But he played a really good shortstop, in the 70s for Milwaukee, for instance. So, there's a way to say, hey, he's the best shortstop on this team. So that's an easy decision in that regard. But his bat could get better at AAA and get some at bats. That could be an option that the Pirates do too. And either way, I don't see anything wrong with that. Both make baseball sense. And as far as Nick Gonzalez, for me, he's a first-round pick, too. He was actually drafted higher than Connor Griffin was in his draft. And so, when does he realize that potential? He was a great collegiate hitter, hit well in the minor leagues. We saw that a little bit in spring training so far. But, when is he going to get back to that player? Can he? We've seen a few glimpses of it a little bit, but he really has not come around like we thought he was going to be with the bat. So, now's his time because if he does break camp with the Pirates, talk about Gonzalez, this is probably his last best opportunity to find a spot because you got Brandon Lau at second base. for at least a year. He's a free agent at the year's end, and then if Griffin doesn't break camp with the Pirates, then maybe he gets some time at shortstop. But he's got to start hitting, and he's got to start proving that he's a viable major league player. So this is an important spring for Gonzalez for sure.
Yeah, and of course on Friday I asked Bob Walk to solve this catching question, and he couldn't because nobody can. I mean, that is really a difficult thing.
It makes it easy if Henry hits. He homered the other day. He's back in the lineup again today. If Henry hit, and I'm talking about hit, give me 210 with 15 home runs, and he's a Gold Glover and he's a great catcher. I think he's capable of more than that. And maybe even this year. It's just a matter of, can he get out of his own head when he's at the plate, relax a little bit, because he's such an immensely tireless worker. That's great for defense. It doesn't work for hitting. You got to calm your nerves up at the box and just go see ball, hit ball, and go. And his manager said the same thing too. So if he can do that, which it would, that's easier to do, I guess, less take away rather than add, right? Mm-hmm. But if he can do that, then he's going to be fine. I mean, he was the first overall pick. He can hit. We saw it when he was a right fielder in that brief time with the Pirates. He can hit enough. He took Ohtani deep twice in a game and went opposite field on him in Anaheim. That's not easy to do. So it's there. So that's the easy answer because he's an outstanding catcher. He's going to win Gold Gloves. He's really, really good. The backup, Eddie Rodriguez, has looked great in spring. Joey Bart's out of options. What do you do there? I don't know. And Endy's very good defensively, and he can play in different positions if you need him to in a pinch. And Endy's hit. Endy's a switch hitter. So that can help you, late in games. It's going to be a tough decision for the Pirates at catcher, but the tough decisions they have this year are different. It's because they have too many good players at a spot. I hope somebody can actually do something, which we've seen in years past. It's a lot different story this year.
Yeah. It's just a lot of fun to watch. The outfield situation is another one that you're looking at, and who lands where, who gets the majority of the at bats. If you're assuming Osuna is going to be the DH the majority of the time, then O'Hearn goes out to the outfield. He plays some first base. You've got the first base situation with Horwitz. It's really fascinating to look at the depth that the Pirates have here in this spring training and the potential that depth can provide for them through the course of the year.
Yeah, and I think that's really important point, Todd, because you're going to probably have injuries, and I think there's been people scratching their heads. I've heard it, where, well, why did you sign Ozuna when you have a DH, and why do you bring in a first baseman if you have a first baseman? Well, any of these guys miss time, and inevitably some are going to. You have some duplication there. Why is Horwitz playing second base like he did yesterday? What if Lau misses time? Lau's only played 110 games in a season twice. Mm-hmm. So now you can keep that bat in the lineup with Horwitz if he can play a little second base for you. If Lau's out, misses time, whatever. This is giving the Pirates a lot of opportunity to have 4, 5, 6 really good hitters in the lineup at all times. And that doesn't count Griffin if he matures and becomes a good hitter this year. So that's what the goal is to have more good players. That also excludes Jostinson Garcia, who doesn't have a logical spot on this roster right now at age 23, but is the Pirates' best hitter in spring training and looks like he's going to be a very good major league hitter for years to come. So that's the good problem that the Pirates have right now, is that they have enough players for all the spots and some guys that probably aren't going to break camp with the club who will be big parts of this team going forward.
Hey, Joe, how many years now with the Pirates for you?
It's my 11th season.
11 seasons. That means 11 years heading to Bradenton, Florida in the springtime. And some people might think, you get to Bradenton, you've been there for 11 years, you know everything there is to know about Bradenton. Are there still new things you're discovering?
Yeah, I don't know whether to take Claritin or Zyrtec every year. That's the first thing. Everything's in full bloom when we get down here. No, I think what's fun about it is, obviously the beaches are wonderful to enjoy. I'm talking about outside of baseball, clearly. Mm-hmm. But there are so many parks. I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy. There's so many state parks, local parks, county parks in and around Bradenton that you can go to and really enjoy. It's different. Like Pittsburgh is so special in Western PA in our region because of the topography and the hills and everything. I think it's so wonderful, and the mountains, and you get so many cool vistas that way. And then it's completely different down here. You got swamps, and you got the old oak trees and Spanish moss growing, and all different stuff that you don't really see a lot in Pittsburgh. And so for me, I think that's what's really cool about being down here is you get to see some cool birds and the water and marine life and things like that. So yeah. I like that down here. There's a lot of that too when there's not a baseball game.
Yeah, well, you see Orioles and Blue Jays, and I know you've even seen Cardinals.
Even saw the Cardinals this year.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Even Cardinals. I think for the first time since 2006 or something like that. That's amazing. Have the wife and kids been able to make it down?
No, that's all shut down now. They're getting too big, and they got too many things going on, and so yeah. I went back home for a few days to visit, but that's it. So maybe once more before they graduate, things like that. But for the most part, it's bachelor life down here now, which involves a lot of baseball, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, you watch a lot of ball. Hey, Joe, thanks so much for the visit this morning. Look forward to you're actually going to be with us this week and on Monday of next week.
Yes, that's great. That's good. I'll take us through the rest of the spring. That'll be awesome.
Terrific stuff. Brought to you by A&A Construction. Thanks, Joe. Have a great day today.
Okay, you too, Todd. Thanks again.
There's Joe Block of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.